Hi guys, welcome to Cooking in HD. It's fall and today's recipe is focusing on roasting. And what I've created for you is a beef roast that first I seared on the outside with some nice herbs, and then I've roasted that in the oven for about an hour or so with some root vegetables. And then I've served it with a little bit of couscous for some interesting texture and flavor. And I've also taken a red wine reduction sauce that I've made from scratch, and I've drizzled it over top of my beef here. So stick around, I'm going to show you how to create this lovely roast beef recipe with roasted root vegetables on Cooking in HD. Cheers. Okay, so here is our roast, and this is in about the size of my hand. It's not huge, it's probably great for about 4 people or so. The other thing that you'll need are some herbs. I've got my sage, I've got thyme, and I've got rosemary. So what I'm going to do first is take my herbs, take them off the woody stems, and then chop them up and place them all over the cutting board. Okay, so you can see I've got my herbs in a pile here, and then with a sharp knife, just take them and give them a nice fine chop. So next I'm going to take some coarse sea salt and mix it in, and also some coarsely grated black pepper. Okay, now I've got my herbs spread out all over the cutting board. And there's my roast right there. So I'm just going to pour some olive oil on it and just evenly cover it with olive oil. Okay, all sides. And then, predictably, you can just take this and then roll it into and across the cutting board until you get this lovely herb crust. And I'll give you a close-up view here in just a moment. There you go. And then if you've missed any spots, just roll it across again. There we go. Back. There. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to sear it on a hot frying pan. Let's do that next. All right. There's our roast. I'm just going to pick this up and put it right in. And we're just going to sear it on all sides. And by the way, I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to turn it on its side. Do this side next, and you can actually take the sage leaves off. They've done their job. So let's see this side. That's good. And now we'll do this side. Okay, and flip it one more time. Now that I have it browned nicely on all sides, I'm going to put this into my preheated oven, and one more thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to put a meat thermometer in there. And I've got it preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so you can see that it's in there. We've got the meat thermometer in, and it's sizzling away. So my roast has been in for about half an hour, and I just want to show you, the thermometer is now telling me that it's about 125, 130. So I want to take this out when it reaches 135 to 140, because I'm going to be serving this about medium rare to medium. Okay, just give you a quick look here. It's looking good. So now I'm just going to tent this with some tin foil and allow it to rest before we cut it. Okay, so this is the frying pan that we made our roast in. And now what I'm going to do is just take handfuls of my onions, my celery, my carrots, and I want to turn this up to a heat, go medium high. There we go. And I'm just going to give these a bit of a saute. Okay, next I'm going to add my garlic. Now that the veggies have softened, I'm just going to take some red wine. And just use, like, you know, table wine, nothing too fancy. And this is about half a bottle. And I'm going to reduce this down. And by the way, I've added salt and pepper to that as well, so it's well seasoned. Okay, so the wine is reduced by about half, and I've actually ended up adding the whole bottle. So now I've got a strainer over a bowl, and I just need to strain the wine reduction through the strainer. There we go. Okay, so this is the red wine reduction. You can see it's pretty thick. Last step is, back in the frying pan, I'm melting just a little bit of butter. It's probably about 1/8 of a cup. And I'm going to put the red wine reduction back in and just mix everything together and add a little bit of honey. Okay, the butter is melted, and then we'll just add the red wine back in. And give a mix. Okay, now I just want to add a little bit of honey, just because those flavors are quite concentrated, and just want to balance the acidity of the wine with a little bit of sweetness. Okay folks, so here is our roast, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to carve it on a little bit of an angle, like so. And you can see that we've got a nice sort of a pinkish middle. I'd call this about medium, which is what I'm going for, because I'm going to serve this to my kids, and they don't like their meat too rare. So I'm really happy with that cut, and it's just super juicy. There we go. Have a look. Alright, now I'm going to plate this up for you with everything. I've got my red wine reduction ready, so you can see what this looks like when I plate it up and serve it to my family. You can see that I've got the beef right there, and I've got my red wine reduction on it, and it's a nice pinky sort of medium rare, which is just how I like it. I've garnished it with a little bit of parsley. I've got some couscous, and I've got my roast vegetables on the side. So there it is. I hope you enjoy my beef roast with red wine reduction sauce and roasted fall vegetables.